watching KFN News, and today is 25th of January 2018, and we will be discussing about Empire taking back Crimea. Today we have a special guest, Dr. Maxim.
Why does Putin need Crimea? Crimea is historically linked to Russia and its Black Sea Fleet. Also, it has oil and gas in Sevastopol. There are a lot of people living in Crimea, Russian people living in Crimea, 60%. A third of Russian sea trade goes through Sevastopol. And Crimea gives Russia more access to sea. With Crimea, Russia will have a port without any ice. And Crimea is a base for Russian Navy.
Next, we have another guest who is going to tell us the reaction of different governments toward Crimea's occupation.
So, 47 governments were surveyed about Vladimir Putin taking Crimea. Out of 47, 3 supported him in this act. 26 opposed him, while the rest 18 showed no bias.
Сказать, для меня это было тоже большим удивлением. Ну такой бред несут, понимаете? Непонятно вообще, откуда взялись эти люди, которые распространяют такую информацию.
Good morning. This is CMM News, and today me and my special guest, Dr. Sabelnikova, will discuss the gas pipes in Siberia. So first of all, the gas pipes are about 3,000 kilometers in length, and they're about 1,420 millimeters in diameter. The working pressure is 9.8 MPa, and they export about 3.8 cubic meters per year.
Largest gas transmission system in Russia's east. The power of Siberia gas trunk line will transport gas from the Irkutsk and Yakutia gas production centers to consumers in Russia's Far East and China.
The gas pipes in Siberia can break the dollar.
We are once again in the CMM studio, and we have an incoming call from Siberia from our reporter Maxina Maria.
CMM News. And today we're going to be discussing pipes in Siberia. Right now we're on our way to one of the main pipes. Right now we're gonna interview a pipe worker who works here. Hello, sir. Would you like to tell us about the pipes in Siberia?
Gas pipelines from Russia to Europe are doubly perceived as a symbol of Russia's status as an energy superpower, as well as European dependence on Russian supplies.
Now, please tell us, why did Russia cut off its gas delivery to Ukraine?
The foremost question on many Europeans' minds was whether or not Russia would use its control over natural gas and oil pipelines for political leverage.
Thank you very much.
Russia retaliates, just ordering U.S. diplomats, some of them, to leave Moscow and demanding that U.S.
Good morning, dear viewers. You're on channel My Russia News, and in today's program we have currently Russia suffering from a lot of Western propaganda, and some of this propaganda takes form of memes. This is mainly aimed at the younger generation who sit on the internet. This is made for them to have disgrace of their land and country. In this example, you can see a clearly dishonored picture of the great leader of the Soviet Union, Stalin, and underneath it states some facts that the child may not know have reasoning behind them, was an order that Stalin has issued, and it has given the soldiers no choice to retreat, so they just had to go forward fighting for the motherland. And because of this, yes, many Soviets have died. However, in return, we have won the war. Indeed, this is a tragedy. However, in the end, it has proven that their deaths weren't for nothing, and the Soviets have taken the victory. And so the generation should be proud of it. And the internet hasn't forgotten to put shame upon our great president Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. You may not believe it, but however, this is an illustration from a German kid's book. And as you can see, this illustration promotes anti-Russian propaganda to little kids. And it seems like the West wants to continue this war on and on for centuries. So our program is coming to an end, and me and my colleagues here at My Russia TV have decided to summarize what we have just discussed. Our country is the best because it is the biggest. It takes up about 1/6 of the whole planet's surface, which means that we control the planet, and Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin is our leader. Look, don't you love it here? Living like in the conditions of the USSR. In fact, it is just like in the conditions of the USSR. The same backyards, the same roads, the same cars, the same people. Now we have got churches, and as you know, in order to keep up the Russian culture, the churches need to have a golden rooftop. And so, in order to have a golden rooftop and to keep up our culture, we need to collect more taxes. And so, the next time you celebrate Easter, just don't forget to give some of the money to the poor Pope. Yes, the government does understand that you do not receive enough pay, and you still live in a kommunalka that was built back in the Soviet Union. The biggest complaints about our country are our roads. Well, they say that they're unsuitable for driving. However, roads aren't really made for driving, they're made for traveling, and traveling can be both on feet and on wheels. So if you're able to pass, it doesn't really matter what condition the road is in. Oh, and do not worry, the government knows just how much you miss the USSR. So, we have decided to save the post-Soviet republics from the influence of the West by adding them to the Russian Federation. You could have already guessed, this brilliant plan was made by our great president Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin and his prime minister Dmitry Anatolievich Medvedev. As you know, we have a great enemy located over the seas, the United States of America. We have proof that they want to wipe us off the face of the earth. Considering the amount of propaganda they put up against us, they must believe that we are on our rise to power like we were back during the Soviet Union, so they must do everything to stop us. But, as you know, they can't. We are like a bear that has woken up from hibernation. We are starting to feel more powerful, and even more powerful. So soon you might see something like this. Bye bye, America. To wrap this up, me and my colleagues want to say thank you for watching news on My Russia TV.
За Родину! За Сталина! Сокрушим! Запад!